Russ, do I have you online, sir?
Yes, David.
Okay, sorry about that. Some got bumped off the call. Once again, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to all of our team members from around the world, and a special welcome to all of our guests who are listening to this call. This is our, as I mentioned, weekly product-centered call for Zija International. You may be wondering why there are so many people on this line. All these beeps that you're hearing are people joining us from different parts of the world. Well, for good reason. Zija International has been marketing some life-changing, life-enhancing products for several years now that are spreading around the globe. The results that people have had are causing people to really have complete transformations in a number of different areas of maintaining high-level wellness and vitality. And that level of excitement obviously creates a very fast-growing company and a very, very lucrative business. Well, tonight we do have the formulator of our products on the line, and I'll be bringing Russ on in just a moment. But for the benefit of the new people listening this evening, I think it appropriate to just give a little bit of background, a little bit of history as to how Zija came into being. This company, Zija International, was born as a direct result of a one-hour documentary that aired on the Discovery Channel a few years ago. And this documentary featured a botanical, a tree that grows in certain parts of the world, and really profiled all of its nutritional benefits, everything that made it unique and special. And that documentary was recorded on a VHS video and handed to the founder of this company, Mr. Ken Brailsford. Now, the significance of that comes into play when you know Ken's background. Ken was the co-founder of Nature's Sunshine Products in 1972. He later founded a company called Enrich International in 1985, and a large part of the direct sales industry that markets nutritional products can trace its roots. Companies can trace their roots back to Ken's original two companies. Many of the owners and founders of today's companies were at one time employees of Ken. And so when Ken saw the content of that documentary, he knew right away that this was something that could make a difference in people's lives, and Zija was born as a result of what he saw on that documentary. Now, the biggest challenge at the time was how do you take this botanical, this tree, and formulate products that could be of use to the marketplace. And that was given to Mr. Russ Bianchi, an expert formulator, someone who had been in the business of creating products and formulating products. And so Russ became part of the team, created some of our first products, and of course the rest is history. Today, Zija is now the fastest growing company in direct sales as a result of the product line we have. Russ, always a pleasure. Want to thank you for being at my home last night here in Toronto. It's a lot quieter here tonight, but we had a house full of people. I had over 100 different posts on Facebook alone with people looking at the pictures of a packed house. And now you've got a couple of hundred people up in North Bay. And all of this because of the products that you formulated. Maybe you could share, for the benefit of the new people online tonight, just a quick snapshot of your background and why Moringa? What makes it unique? Why is it so special in terms of all the different nutritional products in the marketplace today?
Thank you, and good evening to everyone around the world, and thank you, David, for the introduction. My name is Russ Bianchi. I'm the Managing Director and CEO and founder of a company called Adept Solutions Incorporated based in Monterey, California. 18 professional and PhD colleagues and myself create, convert, and stabilize food, beverage, skincare, cosmetics, flavor chemistry, stabilization, drug development, food and confectionery, functional dietary supplementation in many categories. As a matter of fact, if you've ever seen or eaten an energy bar in North America, we formulated or has something to do with the vast majority of that category, which was a multi-billion dollar market shift away from traditional breakfast cereal outlet and granola bars. Moringa. Moringa is, according to the National Institute of Health and Medicine, affirmed by the Johns Hopkins School of Medicine and others, a plant of the specific varietal only available from Zege International and no one else of all the constituent parts, enzymatically live or fully bioavailable, that they say, not I, will arrest, reverse, and cure over 300 different issues and diseases. We're no one's physician. We do not diagnose, treat, prevent, cure, mitigate, or prescribe, but we do deliver nutrients that simply, David, have not been in the food chain for some 4.5 decades. We didn't even want to do this product or project, David. We turned it down, but two things convinced us to do it. There was over 65 years of empirical scientific and medical literature, embedded referee journals on it. But pharma, who had been trying, had failed. Their model was wrong. And secondly, we got assurances from the founder of the company, who had built 2 multi-billion-dollar companies prior to this, Ken Brailsford, that not only if we got there would they maintain the qualitative standards of the product, but quality assurance and control, good manufacturing practices, hazard safety standards, actual production, were literally their own plantations and raw material acquisition. And they've exceeded that, David. They've even built a state-of-the-art plant that's above pharmaceutical fill standards and is probably the finest plant of its kind on the North American continent as we speak. So that's why we got involved.
Well, and as you know, you've traveled probably to more cities and been in front of more people than any single person in this entire company. And, of course, now you're up in the Canadian North. You can't go much farther north before it's permafrost from where you are, but and you've seen all kinds of people that have had great results. Let's just talk about maybe let's start with the problem, and then let's move into Moringa as a solution, and then let's focus in on specifically our wheat management system. And if we have time, maybe we'll talk a little bit about the peak performance package that we also have. What is the problem today in the world? I mean, we've seen, theoretically, there should be improvements in health and everything to do with wellness and supplementation and all the rest of it. Yet, the statistics of where people are in terms of health is worse than it's ever been. So what's going on?
Yeah, David, you're absolutely correct. Basically, North America and around the world now, David, in developed areas and even undeveloped areas, we're simply overfed, we're simply undernourished, and we're horrifically overdrugged. We're consuming more than double the calories, David, that we did only 3 or 4 decades ago. We're receiving up to 85% less absorbable nutrients. And then we're consuming more than 400% more drugs on a daily basis for the vast majority of the public than we did even 20 years ago. But do drugs really help? Does supplementation really help? And the answer is no, David. You look into various things and compare them to, say, the 60s and 70s. We've gone from maybe 1 out of 33, 34 people with a blood glucose issue to 1 out of 3. We've gone from 1 out of 45 with a weight challenge to 7 out of 10. I mean, this is horrific, David. We're seeing children actually dying 15 years earlier in lifespan now than adults in their 50s. So the real problem, David, is the food chain. There aren't the nutrients there at more than double the calories that we were consuming 3 or 4 decades ago. I just chuckled the other day reading my daily medical abstracts that the FDA in the United States was affirming a brand new wonder drug to help people with HIV and AIDS. And when you look at the base of it, it's nothing more than a non-efficacious varietal or Moringa as opposed to the efficacious that is delivered by Zege International. And we making a medical claim here? Absolutely not. But the truth of the matter is 87% or so of all drug development starts with a plant. We wouldn't even have, David, aspirin if somebody hadn't observed a Plains Indian chewing a white willow bark. Because the drug industry basically isolates, synthesizes, and patents so nobody can compete plants. Resistance to animal toxicology, they don't kill rats, pigs, and monkeys. They'll stick it into phase 1, 2, and 3 human trials. The regulatory agencies will look at about maybe approve 1 out of 7, and maybe 1 out of 6 that's approved will be what they call a blockbuster, make one, and take all the others. And of the last 5,988 as of yesterday approved drugs, Food and Drug in the United States or Health Canada, where I'm standing right now, the average number of adverse and harmful side effects per drug is 70, up to and including premature deaths. Stay on too many drugs too long, you're going to check out early, in debt, and severe pain. So it has always been plants that assist us from a wellness standpoint and longevity. And it is irrefutable in the scientific literature. Eat more plants, live longer, take more drugs, die sooner. Zege International, David, is in the plant business with the most efficacious and nutrient-dense plant on the planet, fully bioavailable.
Well, and of course that is the basis of the results people are getting, the success, the excitement, and the fact that people have the belief systems required to really go at it and build a successful business. You know, you believe in your product, obviously that makes a huge difference in when we speak with people. Let's talk about our first division, you know, our main division. We have a couple of divisions. We'll talk about the weight management division, and we'll also talk about the Peak Performance Pack, which is a new product configuration. In weight management, we've got 3 basic products. We have our Smart Mix, or Super Mix, if you will, the AM capsules, and the detoxification tea. And that has been absolutely tremendous in helping people shed pounds and maintain their weight. We've got thousands of testimonials, and of course at this time of the year, it's always a great time because of all the resolutions and people wanting to get off on the right track. First of all, why do we have a weight problem? And then second of all, how does our system address that?
Great question, David. We basically have become an overweight society, not just in the United States and Canada, but literally around the world. It wasn't long ago I was in Asia, and I never saw so many overweight Asians in my life, but they were all at the fast food joints. It's not a mystery where this is coming from. Horrible and horrendous artificial ingredients like high fructose corn syrup permeate the food chain now. After air, water, and salt, David, high fructose corn syrup, are known as glucose fructose in Europe and Canada, actually are the 4th most frequently used ingredient. We know for a fact that it causes jacking of your triglycerides and LDL cholesterol thousands of % within 20 minutes of ingestion. We know it causes arteriosclerosis and heart disease. We know it causes depression, insulin resistance, hypoglycemia, diabetes, and obesity, and it's flooding the food chain. So the problem is the food itself. It isn't food anymore. I even have a video at russbianchi.com that shows you a lady showing a major brand name in fast foods Happy Meal, and unrefrigerated, unpreserved in any way, 4 years later, it's still like it had just come out of the kitchen. We're not eating food anymore, David. We're eating polymer science. That's the problem. So this company expanded over $100 million in less than a year on a simple referral question. I didn't say easy, I said simple, and that is, might you happen to know somebody who would like to lose some weight permanently at little or no cost? Because, David, we're not a diet. Diets don't work and never have. Kumbaya weigh-in sessions, phony new and improved point scales, celebrities on TV. meals being shipped to your house where the packaging tastes better than the food. Those haven't worked for 40 years, ripping off tens upon tens of billions of dollars a year from January, where we are right now, through March of every year. Folks keep signing up for them, and they keep losing a little weight and gaining it all back, and they're back there the next year. Zeech International is the only company delivering a real solution in permanent weight loss that is a system, not a diet. Nutrients that your body requires and that aren't in food and beverage. Triggered by satiety or satiation, something that satisfies in terms of our AM and PM caps. And then detoxification to make sure we don't overwhelm your organs so that you can lose all the weight you want permanently. And what happens when you get there? You get off the tea, you get off the caps. But when you get off the nutrition, when you've exceeded your third digit or a century of life, outlived all your contemporaries. Are we making claims you're going to live that long? No. But the truth of the matter is, if you give the body what it needs, it's the body, David, that self-corrects.
Well, there's no doubt about that. Like in anything, if you've got all the right ingredients and the right tools, then you can get the job done, and the body works just like that. If you put something good in, you get something good out. And of course, the system that we have, it was great. We had some celebrities at the house last night. Some real celebrities. I was kind of amazed the types of guests that people brought to the presentation last night. I put them on Facebook, actually. And some of them are very, very intrigued with the peak performance product package that we have. That is for people that are athletic, people that are on the go, people that are into, sports and so forth. What can you tell us about the peak performance system and the, and the product configuration that goes with it?
Well, you're a marketing guy, David, and you can speak to each component from a marketing standpoint. I can speak to it from a technical standpoint. Since we're on a technical call tonight, we'll do that. We came out with efficacious, real sports energy that delivers sustained blood glucose and no hypoglycemic drop-off. Those are fancy Uncle Russ words for your mileage may vary, but you're going to get sustained energy that really fuels the body and delivers results. The problem with sports energy that we learned when we were doing all the energy bars was that the vast majority of them are a bunch of refined carbohydrates that will give you some initial energy and then crash you. And if we're talking about, all the brands that are now under litigation that claim power and energy in the drink business, particularly in the United States, and they're being recalled left and right, these things are deadly, David. They're full of lethal levels of anhydrous synthetic chemical caffeine that'll stop your heart, combined with a blood depressant like alcohol. It's a meet-your-maker cocktails almost every time. In addition to that, taurine and guarana, which are cancer-causing, unsafe, and cause birth defects. They have B6 and 12 synthetic vitamins rendered from the intestines of pigs and slaughterhouses in them. They have carcinogenic high-intensity sweeteners, colorants, acidulants, preservatives, stabilizers, taurine and guarana. The list just goes on, David. Who should be drinking a nasty brew like that? Really bad guys, I would think. What we're delivering with XM Plus and XM3 is real sustained energy, real results. We've got internationally recognized athletes, professional athletes in every league you can name, Stanley Cup playoff people. The list goes on and on. Olympians, collegians, weekend warriors that have a real measurable result. You can go to YouTube tonight and watch Luke Curry workout. Here's a guy that broke 4 world classifications of weightlifting, power weightlifting, in less than a year using peak performance. Dr. Howard Fisher at themoringabook.com has a brand new treatise explaining all this. In Pursuit of Perfection. I recommend it. But results don't lie, David. We have Olympians with medals around their necks from London, from Vancouver in Canada the winter 2 years prior, using these products and delivering world-class results.
Well, I can tell you the presentation last night where all of this information was disclosed, and you know, we spent probably 3/4 of yesterday evening focused on product. I really haven't had the chance to have everybody who's enrolled today that we've been bringing off the hook. It's been a great day. No doubt that's happening up in North Bay right now. And I guess you're going to get back to
it's a tsunami of snow. It's a tsunami of snow. It's still going on here, David. No one's left the building, even though I'm on a call. That's how exciting it is up here. Now, if you can get folks up here that excited, imagine what it's going to do for your family, your friends, your community, and beyond, with folks with spheres of influence, literally around the world, globally. This is real efficacious science, evidentiary-based, that delivers real results.
We have a big call tonight, and I know that you've got to get back to that event, Russ. Before I close off this call, why don't we just give our formulator, it was a 4-hour plus drive up there from Toronto, let's just give him a high five and an acknowledgement with a *6 now. There's a lot of people on this line. Listen, if you're new on the line tonight, if you're a guest on this line, and you know, this is your first exposure, maybe second exposure, welcome to looking at CG International, and maybe I could say welcome in advance to being part of the team. The person who invited you is going to give you any additional information that you require. Maybe you need to watch the Discovery Channel, or you'd like to become part of the team. And the person that invited you will tell you some of the benefits of Builder 1 or Builder 2, and how that can get you launched, both from a product standpoint for your personal use, to create your personal results and the goals that you aspire to, but also how this can set you up in 2013 to create a secondary or primary income with the fastest growing company in direct sales today. We're here to help you every step of the way. We've got full support, training, and all systems in place to help you do that. And of course, we do conference calls just like this each day of the week. For that schedule, you can go to oneteamworldwide.com. That's oneteamworldwide.com. And all the information that you require from a training standpoint is available to you there. With that, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us this evening. I wish you continued success and a fantastic 2013. Thanks, everybody. The lines are open.
Thank you.